Okay, now that we've had the opportunity to really dive in a little deeper into the planning conversation guide and the steps in the overview, we're going to also ask your team at your table to take a closer look at the connection between this tool and the optimal learning environment framework that we looked at earlier. And so, across your table, make some decisions about the four focus areas. And so, in other words, at your table, you want to make sure that there's at least one person that is going to take a look at page 10, the first focus area being standards based content. And then there should be another person at your table, at least one, who will take a closer look at the instructional practice focus area number 2 on page 11, and then someone else that would take focus area number 3, the student actions. And of course, the last but not least, at least one person at your table that would look at section 4, focus area number 4, classroom interactions. And what we're going to have you actually do is to take a few minutes to review that focus area, which you all kind of took a closer look at it a little while ago, so that shouldn't be hard. Really looking in at that focus area on that tool through the lens of the optimal learning environment. And so, what we want you to do is look for evidence of how some of those indicators within the planning conversation guides support them. So, in other words, are there some, and it looks like bold letters or questions or specific things within your section that definitely connect and align with one of the three domains in the optimal learning environment. So each of the four people at your table, and of course, if you have more than four at your table, you can double up on some of these different focus areas. But take just a few minutes, I would say maybe 3 or 4 minutes to make those connections. And as soon as you're done with that, Carla and Melissa will have you kind of put some time on the clock there for everybody to do that individually. And then as soon as you're done with that, we'll go ahead and put 8 minutes on the clock for each of the four areas to have a 2 minute share out from what they found within their section of the tool. So first, 3 or 4 minutes individually to kind of look for those connections between the planning conversation guide and the OLE, and then 8 minutes, 2 minutes for each of the four areas total to have that conversation around what you found and share out with your whole table.